it's a little different scenery, and hopefully the road isn't too loud. We are on our way to the big city to get a surprise for you guys, but we're not going to tell you what. But we figured, since when we left this morning, we couldn't do coffee at the Crockers normally, the way we normally do it, because it was too dark.
So we are doing breakfast taco Thursdays with you guys.
Yeah, I'm going to eat mine after this, so I don't have to talk to you and drive and eat. I've eaten one already, and it was pretty good.
First of all, these tacos are from Stripes, from their restaurant.
The Laredo Taco Stand.
And I got a chorizo and egg and a chorizo and beef taco.
Yep, but today we're going to talk about why we want to go off-grid and kind of how we're going to do it and all that. I don't know. I don't know how we're going to do it. I kind of want to go off-grid as possible because we're out there on the ranch. I like to live a simple lifestyle, and we can hook up to electric at the house. It's not a big deal, but I've always wanted to do solar because it's, other than like right now, it's normally super sunny, and then possibly try to get some kind of wind generator thing. That way, it's pretty windy at sometimes. That way we can speed trap ahead. Hope we don't get caught. But that way we can have wind turbines, we can have solar, and then we're possibly considering a compost toilet if Jaylena is totally on board with that. I think she is. We've talked about it in the past before. We may even do our own septic system out of like blue 55-gallon barrels. You could do that. That's simple, but it's all stuff that we could do on our own and not have to be tied into anything.
A big reason why we wanted to go off-grid and do the tiny house thing is we just want to be able to experience just that type of lifestyle, at least for a little while, and decide whether we want to keep that lifestyle or go a different route. It's more of an experience and an experiment for us to do stuff like this.
Yeah, we're not hardcore until like we're gonna be off-grid because we don't want the government to know where we're at. We don't want, this and that. We're on the internet. Everybody already, the government knows where we're at. There ain't no hiding that. We don't really care. I'm a very open person, so is Jaylena. It's not really a big deal when it comes to that. So that's not why we're trying to go off-grid. It's, like she said, it's an experience. It's something that we could tell our kids if we ever have kids. Stuff that we've done. It's a challenge. And there's a lot of people out there that live off-grid, and I've always found it just super fascinating. And for years, I've watched off-grid stuff on YouTube and stuff like that. People building off-grid forts that they live in and stuff that would be boring to most people. I find it super interesting, living bare minimum. And I tell Jaylena all the time, if I wasn't married, didn't have anyone in my life, I would just go live in the middle of the woods in like a shack that I built.
It's true. He always says that. But I really like the idea of living minimal and eliminating as much waste as possible, and that's something that I want to bring into 2020.
Yes.
Is to live as minimal as possible and eliminate as much waste as we possibly can, like in every way that we can, especially being out at the ranch. We don't have normal trash service. So I really want to look into like recycling and just other products that we use that could be environmentally friendly.
Yeah, like the soaps that we use and stuff like that, that we can, whenever we take a shower, we want to build an off-grid outdoor shower to where
we can collect the water, but
yes,
the soap is non-toxic to our animals and to plants.
Yeah, we can water everything around there. Maybe not, we won't use it on our vegetables or nothing like that,
no,
but for stuff of that nature.
And different plants that we're not growing for food.
And then I'd like to build some kind of water purification thing so we can collect rainwater. It goes down to a barrel full of sand, and then it goes through like fine rock and all that stuff. Billy Joe, I know that you already thought of this, and I know you'll link something, but I've seen a bunch of videos on this before, and I found that super interesting. And so I want to build like a rocket stove and stuff like that we can heat our water, do solar on the roof that we can heat our water and all that type of stuff, the rain catchment, just as off-grid as possible. Of course, hunt and fish, grow our own food. It's it's just a challenge that I've always wanted to do, and I never thought I'd actually get to live on the ranch, and that's the only place that I could afford, because we can't go buy land somewhere, like out in the mountains or something like that. So we're there. Why not challenge ourselves and try to make it happen?
And this is a really cool opportunity for us to be able to really get creative, and it's okay if we make mistakes or we don't do something right. We just figure out what's wrong and fix it.
Yep.
And a lot of the stuff that we're doing, I'm sure people out there have done it, but it's just like, it's obviously not up to code or like up to anyone's standards. This is just like a fun way for us to be creative and just experiment and just build stuff that we have the ability to build and the ability to use out here that we wouldn't normally have if we lived in the city.
Yeah, and like some of y'all, and it would not surprise me again if Billy Joe had watched this when he was back in the day. I wouldn't say, I guess younger, not young, but I used to watch Junkyard Wars. I don't remember what channel it came on. Jaylena has no idea what I'm talking about, but it was Junkyard Wars, and it was a TV show. They would literally say like, all right, you have to build a floating vehicle that could shoot a catapult and hit this target or something. Like, they'd come up with this weird thing, and they would have to go in junkyards and literally build these machines and projects of whatever they came up with. And it was always very interesting to me. And it's like she said, you know, build things. It may not be up to code, but stuff that you can come up with. So I want to take that and kind of bring that into my own life. And not that we're gonna do Junkyard Wars, but you know, something that you can make a washing machine, even though Billy Joe hooked us up with an awesome one, is the principle behind it, to see if we can figure it out. But where you pedal with the bike and it spins it and you do this, and then a way to like wring out the water, like just stuff like that I find super interesting. And it's like watching Alaska: The Last Frontier. You know, they're the most junky hoarders you ever see on TV.
But they make a lot of cool stuff.
They do, and it's always something cool, and that's the type of life that, you know, I'm not trying to go for a junkyard, but we do have stuff out there. You guys know that.
Maybe you can hook up your future washing machine to a treadmill so I can get the treadmill I've always wanted.
There you go. And so, you know, something of that nature to where I can get creative. I've always been that type, and this gives me the opportunity to do that. We've done video work and photo work for people, and that was our creative side when we were in the city. Now that we're out here, we can get a little crazier on it, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I know that there are ideas that we haven't even thought of yet that we will think of in the future, and it's just going to be a really, really cool journey. And we do call it a challenge because, and someone asked,
Another speed trap.
Instead of saying it's a challenge, why don't you say your tiny off-grid best life? And it's the reason why we call it a challenge is because living out there at the ranch, it truly is. Every day is a challenge.
Yeah, and we know that there's tons of people out there that do this every day. It's their normal, everyday lifestyle, nothing new, but it's new to us. And so,
but even still, those people face challenges.
Well, I know, I understand that. I'm just saying, but it's not a challenge to them, it's a lifestyle. To us, it's a challenge to live that person's lifestyle. And a lot of people that watch us, I think, are off-grid or trying to go off-grid. So maybe we could kind of show you guys.
Are interested in the topic.
So maybe we could show you guys, is it as hard as everyone makes it sound? Is it way harder than people make it sound? You know, we're very open and honest about everything, so we can show like the good and the bad and the ugly and all that. And I just always wanted to be off-grid as much as possible. Like I said, if it were up to me and I didn't have YouTube, wasn't in a relationship, if I was just a dude by myself, I'd go live out in the middle of nowhere and never talk to anybody, do my own thing. But that's not the reality of it. Is we're on YouTube, I have a wife, so we're going to compromise here and build a tiny house and try to live off-grid.
So what do you guys think of people living off-grid? I know everyone has their excuse me, everyone has their own definition of what it means to be off-grid.
Yep.
So to me, I feel like it's just a matter of opinion.
Yeah.
To an extent. But what do you guys think? And also, what did you guys eat for breakfast this morning?
Yep. Yeah, we normally drink coffee, and I said, nah, we're gonna be in the car for a little bit today. I'm not gonna drink coffee on the road because I'd have to pull over like
You
every
guys
10
know
minutes.
Jason's just a regular guy.
I am. It's already a risk for me to eat these tacos, but so yeah, let us know. You know, maybe you guys think this is a joke and we're not really off grid and all that. Tell us why you think that. I'm not gonna take it the wrong way, and maybe you'll say, well, you're not gonna do this as a real off gridder. It gives us ideas of something we can do, and so I'm totally open to everything. Like I said, Billy Joe's probably already searching all sorts of videos to send us about off-grid. I want to see it all. I'm very interested in this. I'm interested in what you guys think, and maybe
comment down below your favorite off-grid channels for us to check out.
yes, and you know, maybe a certain type of challenge you would like to see. Maybe you want to learn how to build a washing machine out of bicycle parts. I mean, I don't know, but give us some challenges, and I think it'd be fun. Very, very hard. We've already dealt with so much just in the normal ranch rescue, and so now we want to step it up a notch and see what we can come up with.
Yep. So we look forward to hearing you guys, and we will see you tomorrow, but we will be drinking some coffee.
Yeah, but tonight on the Crockers, we're going to reveal the big surprise.
It will be on a live chat.
Yes.
What time? I think 7?
7.
7 o'clock, live chat, big surprise. See you there.
See ya.